Good evening. So tonight we have a little update here for you. And first of all, I would like to thank you for watching my videos and for your support as far as we have gotten support here. And I hope you enjoy what you're watching. And so for tonight, I thought I'd give you a little update. Yesterday, I had my phone ring and a fellow was on there. I didn't get it right away, so he left a message. He says, "I'm Clay Johnson, and I have a 450 SEL, and I needed some help, and I'm here in Kansas City." So I said, okay, I don't know much about anything if it comes to sports. So I talked to the fellow, and I call him up. I talked to him, and it turns out it is the NBA basketball player, Clay Johnson here, who played in Kansas City, I think, at one point, and then he was transferred over to Los Angeles, to the Lakers there, and then he went up to Seattle and played up there in the late 70s, early 80s. So here we have now an NBA basketball player. You don't meet those folks every single day in Kansas City, on top of it. Contacting you. So I went out there today. We got to talk about it last night, and I drove out there to Raytown, Missouri, and we looked at this 450 SEL. It is a 1980 model. Manufacturing months is November 1979, so it would be early 1980 model for the shipment for the United States. 4.5 liter engine and 108,000 original miles. He had taken out the fuel distributor already and tried to fix it. It kind of went bad on him when he had it was in another 450 he got. He has a total of 3 450s. Two of them are 1977 models, and they're basically, one of them serves as a parts car. The other one is just stored for the moment, and we are trying to get the 1979, 1980 model basically going. And he had swapped out the fuel distributors, which are both leaking and not working anymore. They have to be rebuilt. So I took a look at the car he wanted to restore, and that's going to be an interesting project. We took off the valve covers. Of course, that was one of the first things I did. And inspected the camshafts. They look good, actually, for 108,000 miles, what you would expect with a, well-maintained vehicle. The chain has some slack. It's coming, and the chain guides, they're already in the brownish color range, which means they will have to be replaced. So I gave them the rundown roughly of what we needed to do. So we agreed we're gonna fix the car up over the next few weeks, months, and we will be videotaping this, so you will actually get to see Clay Johnson. So if you're into basketball, you will be watching a celebrity car, Mercedes-Benz car rebuilt. I would have never expected this. You have no clue. I have no clue who watches my videos. And of course, every viewer is as important to me as anyone else. But that this came about, this doesn't happen every single day, that you come across an NBA basketball player who not only owns a Mercedes-Benz, but also would like to work or works on them. And he asked me if I can assist him with them. I said I would be more than happy to do that. And the story behind this is when he moved to Los Angeles, every one of back in 1979, 1980, when they got him into the team there, he had he bought a 1979 450 SEL. And the reason why he did this, he told me that today we went to Denny's restaurant and we had a late lunch, after looking at the car. And we did that, by the way, outside in 20-degree weather. He in a big jumpsuit and I with a hat and hand gloves and a few tools, trying to get the valve covers off, and we were freezing our behinds off. So anyway, he had bought a Mercedes-Benz. Everyone at the Lakers owned a Mercedes-Benz. I think he said Magic Johnson was there at that time or later. I didn't understand that part quite. But I think it was at that point with Magic Johnson, everyone had a Mercedes-Benz, and he was the new kid on the block, and he didn't own one yet, so he went out and he bought one. And basically, when he moved to Seattle, when he was transferred to Seattle, he ended up selling that Mercedes-Benz. And then he owned later on different Mercedes-Benz over the years. And this model now is basically exactly the same model year he had when he went to Los Angeles. And that's why we're trying to restore this. And the car came from Texas. It's a Texas vehicle. I ran the VIN number. The old VIN numbers are somewhat difficult to run, and it has the standard options for the United States. I believe it has a catalytic converter already in there. And otherwise, it has the fuel warm-up system, and it has the regular airflow sensor assembly with the fuel distributor. It doesn't have the electronic fuel distributors on there with the injector valves. So it has the standard 380 to 560 fuel injection system, which is a little bit easier actually to work with than with the electronic injectors, because it's an analog system. I had explained that in another video, and I think that was more commonly used on the 6.9 liter version of that vehicle, of that car. But the car's in a good shape, no rust, and we will be making videos so you get to see Clay Johnson after all these years, and you will be able to see his car, and then probably the other two, the parts car and the other vehicle as well. And I will be able to actually do the work, like changing the guide rails out and doing the chain pull in while Clay is going to videotape this, so we can show this a lot better and explain it while we're doing it. So we can do a lot of this stuff then together. That's what we're planning on doing. It's kind of a collaboration, and I'm really excited about it. Who would have guessed this? Clay was actually the first person who has contacted me here in Kansas City. The older Mercedes-Benz are very rare here in Kansas City. I haven't seen any 126s around here. As far as I know, I'm probably one of the only ones who still got a 126. There might be 2 or 3 other ones in our area here, but I have not met another 126 driver here, especially not who drives a 126 as a daily driver. And my car is running fine. I'm pretty happy with everything, and so I thought that we're gonna throw that in here. So we will have some videos coming up with a 450 SEL built in November 79, 80s model, with the V8 engine, which is essentially the same. It really doesn't make any difference if you have even a 116 with the 4.5 liter engine or the 3.5 liter engines. All the V8s from pretty much from 74 on until 1991, they all function with the same principle, the same everything. The chain, how you get a new chain in there, how you adjust the timing on the camshafts with the wood-off offset keys, all of the stuff is basically the same. So we're gonna document this, and you're gonna, I don't know, we're gonna play basketball. I told him he has a game tomorrow. He's coaching a team here in Kansas City, and they have to go out of town on Friday. And I told him, well, if they lose, he said, if they lose, they're gonna be out. It's gonna be the end of the season. And I texted him and I said, well, you better be glad that I'm not on your team, you know. I had to laugh there too. Well, anyway, I thought I'm going to update you on this. We will be on my car. We will work along as things come. But in the next weeks or so, there will be a lot more segments coming up with the 450. So just so you prepare yourself. If you have a 450, if you have another 8-cylinder car, we will be getting into the details more on those earlier models with the electronics, whatever's in there. We will explain on how that works and how you set up the fuel distributor and the airflow sensor actually in that unit. And you will see then the similarities of what I have posted already. And we're going to do another intake overhaul on his car, on the earlier version, and then you see what's similar and whatnot. And we can also add some more stuff which I didn't put into my videos when I did the big repair, because I did the repair and the video basically at the same time, which is a little bit difficult because you can't really video all of the stuff while you're working on it. And in this case, it will be better, so we will have more information in these videos. And I hope you're going to enjoy this, and thank you again for watching. And please subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. It will be worthwhile watching. It's going to be a lot of fun, and there's going to be a lot of excitement. Remember, we have now an NBA Super All-Star basketball player involved in this, working as a, or is on the way, who wants to become a master mechanic. And my humble job is it to turn him into that, and we will see how that goes. And it should be a lot of fun. And again, I would like to thank you for watching, and you all have a wonderful night.